Imagine walking into a room full of people, each scanning for a sign of weakness. The moment you expose it, you lose control. This is not paranoia, it's reality. The world does not reward vulnerability, it exploits it. But what if I told you that the Stoics, the wisest minds in history, had a secret? A way to stay unshaken no matter what life throws at you. There's a reason Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all warned against exposing your weaknesses. It's not about suppressing emotions, it's about mastering them. In the next few minutes, you'll discover how to turn your weaknesses into an invisible fortress. In the vast tapestry of human thought, Stoicism stands out as a philosophy that offers profound insights into the human condition. Central to its teachings is the concept of perception, the lens through which we interpret and interact with the world. The Stoics posited that our perceptions shape our reality, and by mastering them we can navigate life's challenges with resilience and equanimity. The nature of perception. In Stoicism, perception, in the Stoic sense, is not merely the passive reception of sensory information, but an active process of interpretation. It's the framework through which we assign meaning to events, experiences, and even our own emotions. The Stoics believed that while external events are beyond our control, our perceptions of these events are entirely within our domain. This distinction is crucial as it empowers individuals to maintain inner tranquility regardless of external circumstances. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized this by stating, "Man is affected not by events, but by the view he takes of them." This suggests that our emotional responses are not dictated by the events themselves, but by how we choose to interpret them. By adjusting our perceptions, we can alter our emotional landscape. The dangers of exposing vulnerabilities. In the context of perception, the Stoics warned against the unguarded exposure of one's inner fears, doubts, and insecurities. Such exposure can lead to exploitation by others and internal turmoil. Seneca, in his 13th letter to Lucilius, wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." This highlights the tendency of individuals to amplify their suffering through imagined fears, often exacerbated when these vulnerabilities are laid bare. When we openly display our anxieties or weaknesses, we not only risk judgment and manipulation from others, but also reinforce these fears within ourselves. The Stoics advocated for a measured approach, acknowledging our emotions privately and working through them with reason and reflection, rather than broadcasting them indiscriminately. The practice of guarded perception. To navigate the complexities of social interactions and personal growth, the Stoics recommended cultivating a disciplined and guarded perception. This involves several key practices. Internal reflection. Before reacting to external events or sharing personal struggles, take time to reflect internally. Assess the situation and your feelings with objectivity. Selective disclosure. Share your inner thoughts and feelings only with trusted individuals who have demonstrated empathy and understanding. Emotional regulation. Develop techniques, such as mindfulness and meditation, to manage intense emotions. This ensures that your responses are measured and not driven by raw emotion. Focus on solutions. Instead of dwelling on problems, direct your energy toward finding solutions. This proactive approach shifts the perception from victimhood to empowerment. By implementing these practices, individuals can maintain their inner strength and present a composed demeanor to the world, minimizing the risk of external exploitation and internal distress. The role of imagination in suffering. Seneca's observation about the imagination's role in amplifying suffering is a cornerstone of Stoic thought. The human mind has a propensity to ruminate on potential dangers, often envisioning worst-case scenarios that may never materialize. This mental rehearsal of negative outcomes can lead to unnecessary anxiety and fear. To counteract this, the Stoics advised grounding oneself in the present moment and focusing on what is within one's control. By doing so, we can reduce the influence of unfounded fears and diminish the self-imposed suffering they cause. Strength through perception mastery. The ultimate goal of the Stoic approach to perception is to cultivate an unshakable inner strength. Marcus Aurelius in his Meditations wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This underscores the Stoic belief that true power lies in mastering one's own mind and perceptions. By focusing on our internal landscape and regulating our perceptions, we can navigate life's adversities with resilience. This inner fortitude not only shields us from external manipulations, but also fosters a profound sense of peace and contentment. Chapter 2. Control what you reveal. In a world where oversharing has become the norm, the ancient Stoic philosophy offers a timeless lesson. Control what you reveal. Epictetus, one of the most influential Stoic philosophers, taught that we should focus only on what is within our control. This principle extends to how we present ourselves to the world. While we cannot control how others perceive or react to our emotions, we can control what we choose to reveal. By mastering this art, we protect our inner peace, maintain our power, and navigate life with greater wisdom. Epictetus famously said, "Some things are within our control, and some things are not." This simple yet profound idea is the cornerstone of Stoic philosophy. Our thoughts, actions, and reactions are within our control, but external events, other people's opinions, and the outcomes of our efforts are not. When we apply this principle to our emotions and personal revelations, we gain a powerful tool for self-mastery. Revealing too much of ourselves, our fears, desires, struggles, or plans, can leave us vulnerable to external judgment, manipulation, or unnecessary conflict. By contrast, strategic silence and selective disclosure allow us to maintain control over our narrative and protect our inner tranquility. The strategist's mindset. Think of yourself as a strategist. In any situation, a good strategist knows when to act, when to wait, and when to reveal their hand. Revealing too much too soon can weaken your position, while holding back can give you the upper hand. This doesn't mean being deceitful or manipulative. Rather, it's about exercising discernment and self-control. For example, if you're facing a challenging situation at work, sharing your frustrations with everyone might lead to gossip or undermine your credibility. Instead, confide in a trusted mentor or friend, and present a composed demeanor to others. This approach not only preserves your reputation, but also gives you the mental space to address the issue effectively. The power of emotional restraint. Stoics believed that emotions, while natural, should not dictate our actions. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, wrote in Meditations, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This strength comes from the ability to observe our emotions without being ruled by them. When we expose our emotions indiscriminately, we give others the power to influence our state of mind. For instance, expressing anger in the heat of the moment might feel cathartic, but it often leads to regret and damaged relationships. By practicing emotional restraint, we can respond to situations with clarity and purpose, rather than reacting impulsively. The wisdom of selective disclosure. Seneca, another prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of guarding our inner world. He advised, "Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Welcome those whom you are capable of improving. The process is mutual, for people learn while they teach." This advice extends to what we reveal about ourselves. Not everyone deserves access to our innermost thoughts and feelings. Selective disclosure is not about being secretive or dishonest. It's about being intentional. Share your vulnerabilities with those who have earned your trust and who can offer genuine support. Similarly, reveal your goals and plans only to those who will encourage and uplift you, not those who might discourage or sabotage you. Practical steps to control what you reveal. Assess before speaking. When emotions run high, take a moment to breathe and reflect. Ask yourself, is this necessary to say? Will it serve a purpose? This simple pause can prevent unnecessary exposure. Know your audience. Tailor your revelations to the context and the people involved. Not everyone needs to know everything about you. Practice discretion. Be mindful of what you share on social media or in public settings. Once something is out in the open, you can't take it back. Focus on actions, not words. Instead of announcing your plans or intentions, let your actions speak for themselves. This not only protects your goals but also builds credibility. Cultivate inner strength. Strengthen your sense of self-worth and confidence so that you don't feel the need to seek validation through oversharing. The benefits of strategic silence. By controlling what you reveal, you gain several advantages. Protection from external judgment. When you don't expose your vulnerabilities, you shield yourself from criticism and negativity. Enhanced influence. People are more likely to respect and listen to someone who speaks thoughtfully and sparingly. Greater inner peace. By not being swayed by external reactions, you maintain your emotional equilibrium. Chapter 3. The strength of silence. In the realm of Stoic philosophy, silence is not merely the absence of speech but a profound tool for personal development and mastery over one's emotions. The Stoics, including luminaries like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, recognized the immense power of silence in fostering inner strength, clarity, and resilience. The Stoic philosophy of silence, for the Stoics, was a deliberate practice aimed at achieving inner tranquility and mental clarity. By embracing silence, individuals could quiet the mind, reduce distractions, and focus on their thoughts and emotions. This practice was seen as a pathway to greater self-awareness and emotional stability. As Seneca the Younger observed, silence is a lesson learned through life's many sufferings. DailyStoic.com. Marcus Aurelius on the power of silence. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, frequently reflected on the importance of silence in his work. Meditations. He understood that not every thought or emotion warranted expression. By exercising restraint, one could maintain composure and authority. He advised, "The best answer to anger is silence." Parade.com. This approach underscores the Stoic belief that measured responses, or even non-responses, can be more powerful than immediate reactions. By choosing silence, individuals retain control over their emotions and the situation at hand. The strength found in silence. Embracing silence can lead others to perceive an individual as strong and composed. When one speaks less, it often prompts others to listen more intently when they do choose to speak. This selective speech can enhance one's influence and authority. Moreover, silence allows for thoughtful reflection, ensuring that when words are spoken, they are deliberate and impactful. This practice aligns with the Stoic emphasis on intentionality and purpose in all actions. Practical applications of Stoic silence. Incorporating the Stoic practice of silence into daily life can be transformative. Here are some practical steps. Mindful listening. Prioritize listening over speaking. This not only fosters better understanding, but also allows for more thoughtful responses. Pause. Before responding. Before reacting, especially in emotionally charged situations, take a moment of silence to collect your thoughts. This pause can prevent hasty and regrettable words. Reflective solitude. Dedicate time each day to sit in silence, free from external distractions. This practice can enhance self-awareness and mental clarity. Selective speech. Speak only when your words add value. As the adage goes, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak and remove all doubt. The Stoic practice of silence is a powerful tool for personal growth and resilience. By embracing silence, individuals can cultivate inner strength, clarity, and a profound sense of control over their emotions and reactions. As Marcus Aurelius and Seneca have shown, the deliberate practice of silence is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to one's mastery over self. Chapter 4. Convert weakness into strength. Weakness is often seen as something to be ashamed of, a flaw to be hidden from the world. But Stoicism teaches us a different approach. Instead of concealing our weaknesses, we should confront and transform them. By training our minds to view challenges as opportunities, we can turn our vulnerabilities into sources of strength. This process not only builds resilience but also empowers us to live with greater confidence and purpose. The Stoic perspective on weakness. Stoicism, at its core, is about understanding what is within our control and what is not. Our weaknesses, whether they are physical, emotional, or mental, are often beyond our immediate control. However, how we respond to them is entirely within our power. As Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." Rather than viewing weakness as a permanent limitation, Stoics see it as an opportunity for growth. Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher king, wrote in Meditations, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." This means that every obstacle, every weakness, can be a stepping stone to greater strength if we approach it with the right mindset. The power of perception. One of the key tenets of Stoicism is the idea that our perception shapes our reality. If we perceive a weakness as a failure, it will hold us back. But if we see it as a challenge to overcome, it becomes a catalyst for growth. For example, imagine you struggle with public speaking. Instead of avoiding it or feeling ashamed, you could view it as an opportunity to develop a valuable skill. By reframing your weakness in this way, you shift from a mindset of avoidance to one of empowerment. Seneca, another great Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of perspective when he said, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Often our weaknesses seem more daunting in our minds than they are in reality. By confronting them head-on, we diminish their power over us. The process of transformation. Transforming weakness into strength is not an overnight process. It requires consistent effort and a disciplined mind. Here are some practical steps inspired by Stoic philosophy. Acknowledge your weakness. The first step is to honestly assess your weaknesses without judgment. Denial only prolongs the problem. As Marcus Aurelius advised, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Reframe the challenge. Instead of seeing your weakness as a limitation, view it as an opportunity for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can this make me stronger? Take small, consistent actions. Growth happens incrementally. Break down the process of overcoming your weakness into manageable steps. For instance, if you struggle with self-discipline, start by setting small, achievable goals and gradually increase the difficulty. Embrace discomfort. Stoics believed that discomfort is a necessary part of growth. As Epictetus said, "No great thing is created suddenly." Be willing to step out of your comfort zone and face the challenges that come with overcoming your weakness. Learn from failure. Failure is not the opposite of success. It's a part of the journey. When you stumble, reflect on what went wrong and how you can improve. Marcus Aurelius reminded us, "The obstacle in the path becomes the path." Never forget, within every obstacle is an opportunity to improve our condition. Cultivate resilience. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks. By consistently working on your weaknesses, you build mental and emotional toughness. Seneca wrote, "Difficulties strengthen the mind, as labor does the body." The role of exposure. While it's important to confront your weaknesses, Stoicism also teaches the value of discretion. Not everyone needs to know about your struggles. The less you expose your vulnerabilities to those who might misuse them, the more control you retain over your narrative. For example, if you're working on overcoming a fear of failure, you don't need to broadcast your insecurities to everyone. Instead, confide in a trusted mentor or friend who can offer support and guidance. This selective exposure allows you to protect your inner peace while still addressing your weakness. Real life. Examples of transformation. History is filled with examples of individuals who turned their weaknesses into strengths. Consider the story of Demosthenes, the ancient Greek orator. As a young man, he struggled with a speech impediment and was ridiculed for his weak voice. Instead of giving up, he practiced speaking with pebbles in his mouth and delivering speeches over the roar of the ocean. Through relentless effort, he became one of the greatest orators of his time. Similarly, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who was paralyzed by polio, transformed his physical weakness into a source of empathy and resilience, guiding the United States through the Great Depression and World War II. The benefits of overcoming weakness. When you commit to transforming your weaknesses, you unlock several benefits. Increased confidence. Overcoming a weakness boosts your self-esteem and proves to yourself that you're capable of growth. Greater resilience. Facing challenges head-on strengthens your ability to handle future obstacles. Enhanced skills. By working on your weaknesses, you develop new abilities that can enhance your personal and professional life. Inner peace. Accepting and addressing your weaknesses reduces internal conflict and fosters a sense of harmony. The Stoic approach to weakness is not about hiding or denying it, but about embracing it as an opportunity for growth. As Epictetus wisely said, "First say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do." By reframing your weaknesses, taking consistent action, and cultivating resilience, you can transform them into sources of strength. In a world that often values perfection, Stoicism reminds us that true power lies in our ability to confront and overcome our imperfections. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, "What stands in the way becomes the way." Let your weaknesses be the path to your greatest strengths, and let your journey of transformation inspire others to do the same. Chapter 5. The Art of Emotional Armor. In the vast tapestry of human experience, emotions serve as both our guiding stars and, at times, our most formidable adversaries. The Stoic philosophers of ancient Greece and Rome recognized this duality and developed a framework to harness emotions constructively. Central to their teachings is the concept of emotional armor, a metaphorical shield forged through self-awareness, discipline, and rationality. By mastering this art, individuals can navigate life's challenges with resilience and purpose. Understanding emotional armor. Emotional armor is not about suppressing or ignoring feelings. Rather, it's about understanding, regulating, and directing them appropriately. The Stoics believed that unchecked emotions could leave individuals vulnerable, much like gaps in physical armor expose a warrior to harm. Conversely, a well-crafted emotional defense enables one to face adversity with equanimity. Epictetus, a prominent Stoic philosopher, emphasized the importance of focusing on what lies within our control, our own actions and responses. He stated, "Happiness and freedom begin with a clear understanding of one principle. Some things are within our control, and some things are not." By concentrating on our internal states and reactions, we can build emotional resilience against external events. The role of self-awareness. The foundation of emotional armor is self-awareness. Recognizing one's emotional triggers and patterns is crucial for effective regulation. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, advised, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." This reflection underscores the idea that by monitoring and understanding our thoughts, we can influence our emotional well-being. To cultivate self-awareness, the Stoics practiced regular self-reflection. By examining their daily actions and emotional responses, they identified areas for improvement and reinforced positive behaviors. This continuous introspection served as a means to fortify their emotional armor. The practice of pausing before reacting. A key technique in the Stoic approach to emotional mastery is the deliberate pause before responding to stimuli. This momentary hesitation allows for the assessment of emotions and the selection of a reasoned response rather than an impulsive reaction. Seneca, another esteemed Stoic philosopher, observed, "Anger, if not restrained, is frequently more hurtful to us than the injury that provokes it." By pausing, individuals can prevent negative emotions from dictating their actions, thereby reducing the potential for regret and fostering more constructive outcomes. Channeling emotions. Constructively. The Stoics did not advocate for the elimination of emotions, but for their constructive use. Emotions, when properly directed, can serve as powerful motivators and catalysts for positive change. For instance, feelings of frustration can be transformed into determination to overcome obstacles. Fear can be a signal to prepare more thoroughly for challenges ahead. By reframing emotions in this manner, individuals can harness their energy for growth and improvement. Building emotional resilience through discipline. Discipline is the cornerstone of strengthening emotional armor. The Stoics practiced various exercises to build resilience, such as voluntary discomfort and negative visualization. These practices prepared them to face adversity with composure and reduce the impact of unforeseen challenges. Epictetus taught, "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." By training themselves to be content with less, and to endure hardships willingly, the Stoics fortified their emotional defenses against the unpredictability of life. The interplay of rationality and emotion. Central to Stoic philosophy is the harmonious integration of rational thought and emotional experience. While emotions provide valuable information about our internal and external environments, reason serves as the guide to interpret and respond appropriately. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." This insight emphasizes that by applying rational analysis to our emotions, we can maintain control over our inner state, regardless of external circumstances. Practical steps to develop emotional armor. Mindfulness meditation. Regular mindfulness practices help in observing emotions without immediate reaction, fostering a balanced perspective. Journaling. Documenting daily experiences and emotional responses can uncover patterns and areas for growth. Cognitive reframing. Actively challenging and changing negative thought patterns promotes a more resilient mindset. Setting intentional responses. Before engaging in potentially triggering situations, plan and visualize calm and reasoned reactions. Engaging in physical activity. Regular exercise can serve as an outlet for emotional energy and improve overall mood. The art of emotional armor, as espoused by the Stoics, is a dynamic process of self-awareness, disciplined practice, and the harmonious blending of emotion and reason. By embracing these principles, individuals can transform vulnerabilities into strengths, navigate life's vicissitudes with grace, and cultivate a profound sense of inner peace. In a world that preys on vulnerability, strength is your shield. Don't expose your weaknesses, master them. The Stoics didn't just survive life's challenges, they thrived. And so can you. If you found value in this, like the video and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. Stay strong. Stay stoic.